Hi, I'm Lisa Moore with MTM Realty.
And I'm Chip Jones, also with MTM Realty.
Today we're here to talk to you about getting a home inspection.
Home inspections are really one of the most important parts of buying a new home. You've put in your offer, you've gotten it accepted, and in the contract there's a time period to do a home inspection, and we always recommend that you get an inspection or one of these many inspections you can get from a licensed home inspector.
So you typically, when you put in an offer on a home, you have 7 to 14 days to get your inspections complete, depending on what your contract says. And most people get a whole house inspection from a qualified inspector.
And these are really thorough inspections. I think you look at the home inspector like your general practitioner doctor. He knows a little bit about everything. He goes through the house, all of the systems, the roof, the plumbing, the electric, the furnace, everything. And if he sees anything in particular specifically that you should get a specialist in to take a look at it, he'll let you know.
And home inspections usually take several hours, and they like the buyer to be there to explain what they're finding as they go along. So it's good to schedule it when you're available as well.
And it's not just to tell you the things that are wrong with the house. Home inspectors are also really good about telling you about general maintenance and things you should take care of on the home after you've already moved in.
So there are some things that are included in a general home inspection, and then there are some that you have to order separately. So for instance, if you want a pest inspection to look for wood destroying insects like termites and carpenter ants, that would be an extra fee, and you have to request that.
And another extra inspection that a lot of people do with basements are radon inspections. Radon's a naturally occurring gas that just comes up through the ground and into basement. It's really pretty prevalent in northwest Indiana. And that's one where they'll do a test. You close your basement up for 24 hours or so, and they'll come and get a reading.
There's a couple other inspections that aren't as common in this area, but they are available to you. And one would be a mold inspection. If you are concerned that something appears to look like mold, you can have a special testing on that. And also lead. So you might have lead in your pipes, or sometimes paint that is peeling. People are concerned about lead in the paint, so you can get that tested as well.
And another inspection that is important, it's mandatory now in St. Joseph County and LaPorte County, is you need to get a septic inspection and a water test. A septic inspection involves, they'll come in, they'll do a pump, they'll inspect, make sure the septic's in good shape. The water test, they will test for several different bacterias and nitrates and several things in the water if you're on a well, to make sure that the water's in good shape.
So typically the buyer pays for all the inspections. However, with the septic and water tests, those are fairly negotiable in the contract, and we're seeing that go both ways. Sometimes the buyer pays for that and sometimes the seller. And usually the reason the seller would pay for it is because it is a county requirement, so they can't really sell the house until that's done. But again, that's just a negotiating point when you're getting an accepted offer on the property. Just negotiate that point between the buyer and seller, and you'll see who ends up paying for that.
And so home inspections and the other inspections that we talked about are really important to make sure when you get into your new home that you don't get any bad surprises.
So once you get your reports done, you can go over it with your agent, who will definitely be Chip or myself, I'm sure, and we will help you negotiate those repairs with the seller and make sure that you have a property you feel comfortable with.